I haven't thought about it for a long time. I guess I haven't thought about much of anything recently. I consider it like an old wound, you know? I mean, where's the healing if it just gets reopened? It's something dead, forgotten. Who am I kidding? It's a nightmare, and it plagues me. And just me. But that's past. No need to punish any of the others, too. I'm afraid of something I'm not even sure ever happened. You always thought you were so sure of finding your way. Forgive me for laughing, but that's just the price that you pay. Who walks before you and who is that walking behind? Take off your pity and look at me straight in the mind. Who do you see? You or me? Dee, 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 dee. You were the faker and I went to sleep in your bed. I held the hand of the Savior and died where he bled. Beggars are rich men and kings walk around in disguise. Somebody kills you and somebody gives you a prize. Who can it be? You or me? Dee, 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 dee. Blow out your candles and wish for 1,000 more years. Poets and minstrels are waiting to dry all your tears. Questions and answers are all much the same in the end. Sometimes you just have to look up and ask of the wind. Who can I be? You or me? Dee, 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 dee. I guess I should start 3 years ago when the seeds were planted. Baker had just gotten his first electric guitar, and man, he made music so heavy, so real, that he actually lived on it until his so-called manager screwed him out of everything. Baker was hungry for freedom. 3 years ago, Andy was playing music too. Classical music, that is. But that was Andy, very classical. His father owned some company that manufactured toilet plumbing, and he was worth millions. But Andy couldn't find meaning in a life that profited every time somebody flushed a toilet, so he left. After all that upbringing, he left. That's when I met him. I taught him to play guitar, and he soon played better than anybody I ever heard. Music became Andy's whole life. His family blamed all that on me, though, like I was his hero or something. Anyway, something else happened to me that time, 3 years ago. Something that was to become the first moment of my nightmare. It was July, and I was broke, so I found this job as a guide and driver for a college professor who was looking for an extinct Indian village. He'd bore the hell out of me with all kinds of stories about Indian legends, but it was kind of cool because he didn't care about my personal habits, and I didn't care about his.
I'm gonna find something this time, Neil. Yeah, this trip is the one. It's, almost 3:30. I'll be back about 6. In the meantime, set up camp. We'll be staying overnight. Well, there are a few drops of pleasure in this sea. Oh, touche, like trained dogs we are. Did you, get that here in Mexico?
Yeah. Why?
Well, you belong here, in this desert, looking for this village.
What?
Yes. You see, there's a strong chance that if you, bought that within, oh, let's say 1,000 square mile area of here, you're smoking from a plant family that was a way of life to many Indian tribes.
This?
It's a fact. They call it Menotti, devil weed. Some tribes hallucinated themselves to destruction. They... No thanks, I'll stick to my vodka.
Maybe this better than firewater.
Just build a fire and protect it if it rains, will you? it before it rains. Look, we made a deal. You would assist me, and I wouldn't interfere with your pleasures, as long as they didn't interfere with your job.
And your pleasures?
Don't make it a poor deal, boy.
Don't worry your pretty head, Professor.
Over here. Help me carry this back to the truck. What's the matter? Amazingly well preserved. And buried on the surface, too. Very, very unnatural. That's it. Good. All right, come on. I want to get going before it rains. Neil? Can you drive all right?
Kenny, what did you see back there?
What do you mean?
I mean that thing. What is it?
It's the skeleton of the Zapote Indian. Look out! Jump!
It was gone. That is, if it ever existed. But something more was lost. Kilkenny's will. After the accident, he was a changed man, not speaking at all during our journey back to the Mexican village. I didn't ask any questions. I swore never to share my vision with any others. All right, go ahead and say it. Say it's the kind of wild story you'd expect to hear from someone whose mind is gone. Making up the whole thing and playing with your senses. Well, you came to me, and it's no strain if you want to split right now, because to tell you the truth, I'd just soon not talk about it. Okay. It's real, all right. It's too real. But what's real? What's real? I gave up all dope after that for 3 years. I had to blame it on something. Yeah. What's that tell you about me now?